What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series Talk Show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today it's time for another Black Series catch-up. Most likely the final catch-up of the year at this point.
I think we'll be caught up on Black Series after this video, like review and thoughts-wise.
Right, at least for the stuff that we've picked up through the year.
Absolutely.
We will still have a video about the holiday figures. You know, when we get a little closer, we got to give Thanksgiving its respect.
Yeah.
So in December, we'll probably post a video about those holiday figures.
Yep. And there were just 3 figures that are all great, and we missed them all.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go back and put out our review, figure it out session that we do.
Right.
So that's what we're doing today.
That's right. So we've got 3 figures to take a look at. We're going to be taking a look at the single release of Obi-Wan Kenobi and then the new Han Solo and Chewbacca from Star Wars 77.
Yep, so hit like, subscribe if you are new. And yeah, we did hit the single release of Anakin, but we just missed Obi-Wan because there was that weird like Amazon debacle where...
Yeah, you got yours like literally the day after we filmed that last video, and then mine took an entire extra month to come. So we were just like, all right, you know, it's not really useful to do a review on one figure. So we also somehow skipped Han Solo and Chewbacca, most likely because once again, they were in my pile of loot for like 3 months. So we're going to start with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Justin, read me that bio.
Let's do it. So on the back of the box, it says, Obi-Wan is forced to battle his friend Anakin Skywalker in a devastating lightsaber duel after Anakin turns to the dark side. This is number 4 in Revenge of the Sith. It is literally A, a great figure, but B, it's also just a repack from the SDCC set. But first things first, let's get into the singular accessory, his lightsaber hilt and blade. Yeah, it's the same one as the SDCC set. It's missing details. It looks like they modeled it after the Kenobi series, which was randomly inaccurate. And yeah, there's supposed to be a lot more like silver on this hilt, especially like near the emitter piece.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty big disappointment that they seemingly missed out on that detail. I don't know why they weren't, you know, taking a look at the source images that I'm sure they have for Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
Right.
But yeah, they missed the mark on that.
At least it's painted.
Yeah, it's a good sculpt. There is a little bit of silver and gold, but again, like Justin mentioned, there should be some silver right at the top near the emitter. And again, they omitted that for, I'm sure it's probably budgetary reasons or something like that. But when it comes to making a figure technically inaccurate, I feel like maybe we could have cut some corners somewhere else and not on the single accessory.
Yeah, because another big omission, just like the single release of Anakin, is the lack of a soft goods robe. And again, I know I've said this 1,000 times, but every single Acolyte figure that is a lightsaber wielder came with their cloak. Every Jedi came with their soft goods robes. I think every single Jedi in this line should come with their soft goods robes. Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith, his is a little more like brown orange. So like, unfortunately, it's like even if you use Yord, it's a hair inaccurate. But honestly, just buy a Yord from Ross. That's what I did, and he looks great.
Yeah, I think it's close enough to the actual robe from the movie. But yeah, what a missed opportunity. Obviously, the SDCC set did not come with the robes, so we were kind of all expecting, you know, hey, maybe the single releases that are going to be coming out, throw us a bone, give us a robe, get people like us to double dip. But then, you know, of course, we're Black Series shills, so we double dipped anyway.
Because you need both. You need one Obi-Wan on the lava base and everything, and then you need one just for the Revenge of the Sith shelf.
Right, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah, so getting into the actual figure, again, it's literally just a repack, you know, no alt hand, no alt head. It is the more neutral head, which is great.
It is one of the best, if not the best, likeness to Ewan McGregor we have in the line. Absolutely smokes that weird-ass looking SH Figuarts head that they recently did.
The J.D. Vance Obi-Wan.
Dude, I have no idea why they gave Obi-Wan guy liner like he was hanging out at the My Chemical Romance concert over the weekend, but
right. They put a wash in his hair.
Yeah.
Looks good.
I will say I feel like the robes are a tad too light.
Okay.
In terms of just the tone of the color, I feel like they're definitely more of like a beige in the movie, and they're almost kind of like off-white on the figure, or more like a cream kind of color.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really bug me that much because I think overall, with the head sculpt, the sculpted details on the figure, you know it's Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi. It looks great.
And that torso overlay is very soft. It's like, I love when they do this. They kind of did this on the Anakin as well, where it's just a really soft, rubbery plastic. Really helps the butterfly joints. And, you know, it's the multi-layered robe, so on the first layer, it's like that, what is that, beige, gray, whatever, leading into the more off-white of the rest of the figure. Mm-hmm. And there is paint on the front of the belt. We have hits of gold, a hit of bronze, couple hits of silver. It is missing some paint apps on the back of the figure. Mm-hmm. Not the biggest deal. I love his red boots. Like, the red boots are so Revenge of the Sith specific.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, it's Obi-Wan from that pack.
It is. Great articulation, too. Obviously, we're missing thigh swivel, but you still get a little bit of range out of it. We also, of course, randomly have boot swivel on this guy.
Yeah, boot swivel, knee swivel.
I had to break that free.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, knee swivel and boot swivel, kind of crazy because it's literally serving the same purpose.
Yeah, I'm way more on the team of thigh swivel than I am boot swivel. I think thigh swivel is significantly more useful than boot swivel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I already see you messing with it. Of course, it does retain that wonderful articulation on the inside of the sleeve. It's like the hands are on, ball jointed wrists, but then the, lower part of the arm is also independent inside the sleeve on its own ball joint, which is great.
Yep. Really helps out with double lightsaber poses and just gives it a more natural look because it kind of makes the sleeve look like a sleeve.
Yeah. How it flows.
We do kind of have a mildly expressive hand as well, but
yeah, it's one of those little.
But I kind of would have wished they would have done it on the other hand because Obi-Wan grips his saber with his right hand, so I feel like the expressive hand would have made more sense on the other hand.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, we need the two finger like.
It's like what they were like halfway. To giving us the two fingers.
That's what we desperately need, which is a mild disappointment on the single pack of Kenobi because we all know the SDCC set is amazing and it's like one of the best things in the line. But similar to the Jedi robe omission, I do think they should have included one or two things in this set in this figure that weren't in that set just to spice it up a little bit.
Yep.
And an alternate hand with the two, fingers pointing in his battle stance, or even the Jedi robe would have been a wonderful inclusion on this guy. But he's still good. It's like I still bought it. It's a great figure. Mm-hmm. It's just it could be a hair better.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit better.
It's definitely one of those things where the Black Series has been on fire this year, and stuff like this is just very reminiscent of a more darker time in the line.
Yeah.
So, would have been nice to get some bonuses, but they knew Obi-Wan and Anakin were going to sell, so.
Yep.
And here we are. Now, let's talk about the brand new Chewbacca.
Finally. After all these years, I mean, that is a straight up blue line figure. Number 11 in the Star Wars A New Hope line, Chewbacca is a legendary Wookiee warrior with a big heart known for his short temper, accuracy with the bowcaster, and unwavering loyalty to his friends.
This figure is, once again, a brand new sculpt, head to toe, which was desperately needed for Chewbacca.
Desperately.
The original Blue Line figure, believe it or not, actually too tall.
Yeah.
He's too big.
He's giant.
This Chewbacca is much more properly scaled. I absolutely well, I guess I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I absolutely love the articulation. We'll talk about that a little bit more because he does come with his bowcaster. Unfortunately, it is totally lacking any paint apps except for the little strap piece that's included. So, so you can strap it on his back now. The little cross section here, still a pain in the ass.
I hate that. I've always hated it, but
the original design was bad, and then this one is just straight up also bad. It constantly falls out. It doesn't really stay in. I'm not quite sure why they're having so much trouble with the bowcaster. Just sculpt it all as one piece.
I'm assuming it's because it won't fit in the tray with the plastic strap or something. I don't know.
I'm almost certain the SHF is one piece.
One piece?
I'd have to double check that to be sure, but I'm almost certain the SHF is one solid piece. And that would just solve all the problems with this. But, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. You put them on the shelf, you don't really mess with them anymore, and it's fine.
Do you count the bandolier as an accessory?
I wouldn't, because it's strapped to the figure. It's actually sculpted on. Well, it's not sculpted onto the figure, but it's glued onto the figure.
Okay. That has some nice silver hits all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
And it goes to the back, too. So they did do some good paint apps on Chewie in the bandolier. There's actually, if you remove this, it's like a little track.
So it is like, the shape of it is like sculpted so it fits.
Yeah, you can kind of see like right there.
Yeah.
It's got like a little divot to it. So it looks more natural on the figure.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, as far as the paint on the rest of the figure, I'm happy with it. I think the face looks great. I totally see Chewie.
Again, another just decimation of the SH figure arts.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the SHF is an older figure, but it's like so chunky and like...
Yeah, but even, you know...
the articulation breaks up the sculpt so bad on it. It's so ugly.
They updated the face on that one, and it's still, I'm just like, who is that?
Some people say the coloring on this one is off for A New Hope, which it is, I mean, technically speaking... But it is still Chewbacca. Like, his look kind of varies from movie to movie. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with it. I never really had a big issue with, like, the color on this figure. I think everything blends really well with, like, the lighter brown to the darker brown all over the figure. Toenails painted?
No toenail paint.
No toenail paint, but at least, you know, you got the toes, like, the flesh.
Yeah. The standout of this figure outside of the amazing head, though, is the fantastic articulation. They finally did our boy justice. We've been salivating ever since we got BK, and then they followed it up with Kalnaka, and those were two awesome Wookiees that had some really nice articulation. So we were kind of expecting this new Chewie was going to be a banger, and he absolutely is.
Yeah, he has butterfly joints with the super deep cut. Like, the fact that they got this deep, like, those are acute angles on the elbow bend on a single hinge. It's like 45 degrees. It's way past 90, and you can get it to go even further. Mm-hmm. So, posing him with a bowcaster is actually awesome, which is like, I never thought I would be able to say that about Chewbacca.
Right.
I always thought it would just be posed at the ready. Mm-hmm. You know, not like super dynamic. Of course, it's got the midsection. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but you got your twist and turn and a little bit of back and forth. But no thigh swivel.
Of course.
Now, you have a little bit of movement at the hips, but I will be honest, on Chewbacca and Han, I really do wish they would have retained thigh swivel on both of these. But on their new figures that aren't reusing the legs, they just don't have thigh swivel. I think it's a thing of the past unless it's a figure that is reusing a previously existing thigh, like this new fan channel wave and, you know, figures like the Stranger. I miss it this time around.
Yep.
I miss it.
It would have been nice on Chewie, but they did, you know, give us a soft rubber overlay for the torso, which again frees up a lot of articulation, and he does have those sweet, sweet butterfly joints. So you do get a little bit of range out of there. They're just buried super deep. inside. They might even be more like Chrysanthemum 2, where it's actually not a technical butterfly joint.
Right.
And that's just like a spacer. But it really helps. It helps posing. He can actually hold the bowcaster, actually make it look like he's firing.
Yep.
His head can actually turn now too.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which is something previous Chewbacca's absolutely struggled with. I mean, this was a much needed, highly desirable update. Yeah, you just take 2 seconds here to pose him up. The bowcaster is very soft, which is, be careful because you may warp it over time.
Don't want to warp your caster.
But the fact that we finally have
Look at that.
Chewbacca figure that can straight up aim down sights.
Bro's got the ADS.
Bro's got ADS activated. Yeah, it's awesome that he is so highly posable.
Bro, like, that's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah. Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
He's awesome. I love this figure. This top 10 material.
Oh, I think it's...
For this year?
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be in the top 10. It's a straight up banger. It has a couple minor nitpicks, but I think overall, fantastic release, especially for a $25 action figure.
That kind of encapsulates our review process when it comes to like figures we love. Like, still love them at the end of the day, but we just have a couple things to say about each one.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Han. It's a excellent upgrade. But let me read that bio first. Number 10 in the A New Hope line, Han Solo. As captain of the Millennium Falcon, Han Solo and his co-pilot Chewbacca came to believe in the cause of galactic freedom, joining Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia Organa in the fight against the Empire.
Another brand new figure, head to toe, which is always great to see. This time around, though, he is missing quite a few accessories that the original release came with.
That's true.
Which, it's like, was I really expecting them to give us the alt hands and the alternate Stormtrooper belt? No, but it's like the original figure that came out like 10 years ago had it. Why can't they do it now for a main character like Han Solo? So the original figure had gloved hands. It also had the Stormtrooper belt. This figure, we just get Han Solo's iconic blaster.
Got the DL-44. Is there paint on that?
There is no paint on it.
Not even on the handle?
Nope, not even on the hilt. This thing is totally just black plastic. So, again, pretty disappointing that they did not even give the brown on the handle. Mm. But you know what? I think this figure, in general, totally makes up for it.
Yeah, we've been in desperate need of an upgraded look of this Han. I mean, that orange line one is 2013. Like,
it's so bad.
Yeah, it's a horrible figure, and now we have an upgraded version, and I love it.
Right. Now, this one, I think the likeness, it's kind of got a little debate going on in the community.
I'm a little iffy on it.
I think from certain angles, like from the profile, really looks like Harrison Ford. But straight on, I'm kind of like... He also kind of looks like... The face looks like a little bit older than A New Hope. So kind of maybe more like Empire, Return of the Jedi era.
Maybe, yeah.
But the hair brings it back. I think it looks great.
There's such a beautiful wash in that hair, too.
Yep, it really brings out the sculpt work of the actual hair itself. They did nail some fun details, like the scar on Harrison Ford's chin.
I love that.
That looks really nice, and it comes across really clear on the photoreel. Detail-wise, we do have quite a bit of silver paint on the belt. They even did the belt buckle on the inside. And they even painted the back of his holster.
Yeah, there's like the buckle and even two of those buttons. Not every single button, but the fact that even two of those back there are painted silver kind of blows my... There's even that hit of blue right there on that little, whatever that is. It looks like a Crayola crayon stuffed into his...
And it's decisions like these where I would love to be a fly on the wall in the Hasbro budget meeting per figure. Because...
All right.
Why does Han Solo, a brand new figure, have tons of paint and also on the back of the figure. But then another brand new figure like Obi-Wan Kenobi, they skip out on painting the back details of the figure.
Even the belt of his actual pants has the paint, black and chrome. And
it's just like...
There's even a wash on the holster itself, too.
And technically the pants are painted as well with the red stripes going down the legs themselves.
So it's like we have multiple washes on a mainline Black Series figure. Wash on the holster, wash in the hair, 2 separate washes. We used to get roasted for it. Like, where's the wash? Bring back the wash. The fruits of our labor, commenter from 4 years ago.
That's right.
The fruits of our labor. Just kidding.
Thank us for that battle-damaged Luke. He wouldn't have had a wash on him if it wasn't for us.
That's crazy. Yeah, detail-wise, they're killing it on this one. I love the paint and all the sculpted details on this one. As far as articulation, you have butterfly joints, you have the ball jointed wrists, which are nice. Again, you are lacking thigh swivel, and I do think Han really does suffer for it. I get
That's true.
The aesthetic argument because of these red lines. I get it, but they've done it before.
Yeah.
But the hips on this one do not give it a whole heck of a lot of room to work with.
Especially like Han Solo's iconic shooting pose. His legs are definitely positioned in a way that thigh swivel would have benefited hitting that iconic pose. And as you're clearly demonstrating right now, having swivel at the knee breaks up the aesthetic of the figure too.
Right.
So it's like, I don't get that argument because I think knee swivel does the same shit.
Yep.
And same thing with boot swivel. Boot swivel is a much more unnatural point of articulation than thigh swivel is.
Right. And this figure does have boot swivel as well. Of course, your standard feet with the ankle pivot and everything. Mm-hmm. Separate neck and, the works on a modern Black Series figure.
Yep.
Now, does the lack of thigh swivel kill the figure for me? Absolutely not.
Of course.
This is a huge upgrade. I'm glad to have it. Forgot to mention the hand. It has it's kind of like what we've been talking about. These gesture hands. It's like almost a straight up pointing finger, but it's like also slightly open.
Yep.
I really like it.
Yeah.
It works.
I think we've seen some really creative things done with it. Obviously, you can use it as just a general pointing hand. Mm-hmm. Even, creators like our good friend Rebel Scum Photography used it as like a holding playing cards, the sabacc cards in his hand, and I'm just like, damn, that looks so good.
Right.
It looks like such a realistic, like, just Han sitting there holding the cards. Mm-hmm. And I personally, I love the halfway expressive hands. I would prefer alternate hands that are full expressions, but hands like these are always going to beat the classic C gripper. Get that C gripper out of here. We don't need that anymore.
Right.
In the modern day of action figures, I feel like this is the way to go, and I'm glad that they've been doing it because it just brings a little bit more life to the figure, especially if we're not going to get alternate hands with any kind of regularity.
Yep. So the theme of this episode of Figure It Out is we are loving these upgrades.
That's true.
These are, all 3 of these are, 2 of these are orange line, 1 of these are blue line. They did repack that Obi-Wan in blue line as well. But, these are like 2013, 2014 figures that have been redone with 100% brand new sculpts on all 3 of these. And all 3 are great action figures. They are excellent Black Series additions to the line. Mm-hmm. I would recommend it to any Star Wars fan.
Right.
You need a Han and Chewie. You need your Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. I love these figures. 2025 has just been such a great year. I cannot wait to do the top 10 of 2025, which...
It's going to be so hard.
I think we might be doing that next week.
Wow.
Since we're like, now that we have that Empire Strikes Back set, we're done.
There's a chance we get Jango and... Ventress, that wave, that could hit before the year.
True.
Robo Quiff Collects has him. And he's just across the pond.
Yeah, but they have those, special, import... It's like how Landspeeder Luke gets his. I don't really count that as a wide release in the U.S.
You never know. You never know. But, if you're down, I'm down. Of course.
Top 10 time.
But yeah, 3 massive upgrades to the Black Series. Keep the new characters coming, but also keep giving us the upgrades of the old figures, because there are still quite a few from Orange and Blue line that need to be redone. I'm looking at you, Bespin Luke. I'm looking at you, IG-88. Those figures absolutely need to be upgraded and brought into the modern age of the Black Series. So keep up the fantastic work. 2026 looks really promising. The whispers we hear through the Force tell us that 2027 is going to be a banger as well.
Yeah, there's a reason they're getting these out of the way.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're getting those out of the way. So
hopefully we can round out the A New Hope crew. Give us an updated Ben Kenobi.
Yeah, because we did get Luke and Leia this year, so definitely give us a... I was going to say Ben Quad. I mean, give us a Ben Quad.
Give us Ben Quad.
But also give us a newly sculpted Ben Kenobi.
Yes.
That'd be sick as well.
Absolutely. And with that being said, that's all we've got for you on this week's episode of Figure It Out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you are in a position to help support us directly, we do also offer a couple different channel membership tiers. Check those out in the description down below. And while you're there, click that link to join our Discord.
Join it up.
That's a great way to get connected with us and other like-minded members of the community, and it's totally free. You just have to create an account. As always, we got to give a huge shout out and a special thank you to all of our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated, and thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.